What is up, guys? It's Nick, also known as Born Gamer, bringing you part 2 of how to play Assassin's Creed Online. I'm gonna skip the fancy intro because I've got a lot to talk about in this video. So while I'm starting to begin here, I'm gonna fire up Introductory Session 2, which is a bit more complicated than Introductory Session 1, but just as important, if not more important. So I'm just gonna load up my brigand here and wait for it to load. Load. Lots of loading. I hope you guys enjoyed part 1. Obviously, if there's anything after part 2 that you still have not had cleared up, definitely leave feedback in the comments.
Welcome back, Agent. Now that you've mastered the basics, I will teach you how to handle multiple targets.
Your objective is to find.
This seems to apply more for the manhunt gameplay.
Avoid being killed by other Templars.
Each of your targets is represented by his own portrait. You can switch your main target at any time.
If you see in the top right corner of the screen, that's where all the information is displayed, and that little blue arrow shows who it is that you are going against. What's very helpful is that every single one of those people has their own line of sight indicator. So say for instance that the count I have located is not in my line of sight, but the one underneath him is, I could switch very quickly. That way I'm, not stunned when he sees me coming, or obviously it gets me more points. So let's go find this guy. These guys seem to be equal distances away, so I'm just going to start with the very beginning guy.
It brightens when your target is in your line of sight, and its width increases as you approach him.
I think that's pretty self-explanatory. The closer you are, the wider it gets, and once you get within a certain area, it completely fills up, and it's up to you to decide which is your target. Now, I was sprinting past this guy all the way to my right. I'm not sure how close he was. He might be very far away from me, but regardless of how far you are, your line of sight indicator could still go down, and that gigantic left trigger, or I guess it could be L1 if you're playing on PS3, will appear over their head, and they can lock you for their entire team to see. So I'm just going to start walking right after this. Yeah, he's very far down there, but he's still in my line of sight, even if he's not loaded in the game. So I'm just gonna sprint to this next guy because he's relatively closer, and I'm getting closer, and it is starting to get bigger. So since he's in my line of sight here, I'm gonna try and cut him off around this corner. It looked like he was going downwards a bit. And alright, well, you might have thought originally,
study your environment to locate your target, but be aware of lookalikes.
yeah, I was just about to say, you may have thought originally that the very first person in that blend group was my target. However, my line of sight indicator did not go off. Therefore, I could tell that it was the very guy in the very back of the group. Another thing you want to keep in mind in online is that I don't think it's possible for you as a non-AI character to lead a blend group. So if there's only 2 people in a blend group and you know that one of them is yours, but one of them is leading the pack, because there's always a leader, your character is always a follower, so they're going to be that person in the back. If I ever have a chance to explain that, I will. So it's going to be this guy in the back here. I'm going to do a quick line of sight. Alright, the indicator went away, and now it just opened back up. Let's see if they let me. Let's see how dumb they are. Alright, let's see if I can get into this. Oh, darn it. I was seeing if they're going to let me get the hidden kill, but I'm not too concerned about that. I'm just going to fast walk into him here. Get the quick little kill.
Target. Your compass and target portrait have
Yes, I did.
automatically switched to the second target. You know what needs to be done. When your target spots you, a chase is triggered. You need to learn how to react to chases. You can mark a notorious
so it's starting to get
target by
bigger,
using the
therefore
lock. It's easier to track and kill a locked target.
Yes, it is. Alright, let's see what they have me doing here. So he's locked onto me, and I think the game's going to force me into a chase
When
here.
your approach
Although
meter
you shouldn't be
runs out,
chasing if
you
possible.
trigger a chase. Do not let your target escape.
To be honest, it's only a 100-point kill. Unless you have a kill streak that doesn't require silent kills, sometimes it's better just to let the guy go or keep him locked so that one of your teammates can get him, but that requires a bit more organization. I would recommend just never starting the chase to begin with. No matter how much you want that kill, it's really not going to help you that much in the long run. And if I don't want to catch him, I'm just kidding. Let me get him here.
The level of the approach meter determines your approach bonus. Once you trigger a chase, you will only earn your kill score.
Alright, the very bottom one, obviously when it's empty you get 0 bonus. The very first one is discrete, which is your default detection meter status. That is different than in Brotherhood, where they started on incognito, which I personally feel like that should be it, because if you haven't done anything wrong, you shouldn't be punished for it, and you shouldn't have to try and, you know, a lot of people use those offensive smoke bombs to add to their approach meter, so I feel like it's kind of a bad system to have for the game. The second one is silent, which adds to a lot of the kill streaks. That is, I want to say a 200 point bonus, 250? I think 250. I could be wrong. I've gotten it so many times and it's sad I don't even remember. And then of course the most highly wanted one is incognito, which is 350 points, which I would recommend going for.
Let's reverse the roles. You will learn to escape your pursuer.
Alright, let's see if you guys can hear the whispers.
Get out of your pursuer's line of sight, or use chase breakers to decrease your escape timer.
I hope you guys heard the whispers there. They were getting stronger as he was getting closer, and then obviously that little red diamond triangle appeared above his head. So right ahead of me, I see that there's a chase breaker, so I'm going to sprint straight at it and try and get away from before he can kill me.
Hide to decrease the escape timer more rapidly and earn more points.
I may have broken his line of sight slightly there. Yep, see, it's right back up to the normal escape meter. Now I'm going to use this opportunity to run, and I'll keep it classic. I'll run into the hay bale, and it does drop quicker now.
And you will earn the best possible escape bonus.
There's a couple of escapes actually. There's hidden escape, there's out of sight escape, which is pretty explanatory, and there's also brutal escape, which is where maybe you like stun your pursuer. And I'm not sure if there is like an assisted one. I don't really play these kind of modes that often, but they're really good ways to add to your variety bonus, and that's why it's easier to get extreme variety in games like Manhunt as opposed to, say,
When your pursuer
Deathmatch.
charges at you, don't fight. Run. Well done, Agent. You will find it very
don't forget,
useful to know how to escape from a pursuer. Remember what you have learned, and your future with Abstergo will be promising.
Don't forget that 200 point escape, same as the stun, so it's very helpful. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed session number 2 of my How to Play Assassin's Creed. If there's anything else you want me to go over specifically or more immediately in the future, I plan to make this a series. I hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I'll see you.